You know, I don't think there's anything in the world more beautiful than the sound of a Rocky Mountain river flowing over the rocks. You talk about a wonderful place just to come and meditate. That sound will take you into a zone that is unbelievable. I wanted to tell you about a section of the Reality Creation Technique audiobook that I narrated for Fred Dodson, where he talks about life as an analogy like a river. Now, you'd have to kind of think about a little bigger river. This one's close by to where I live, but he talks about being on a boat in the river. You know, you could also take one of these leaves and just throw the leaf out on the river, and you kind of get the same analogy as the water just takes the leaf right on down. And you watch that and observe how the leaf just flows right down the river. Well, this section of the book, I have to tell you, affected me more when I read it for the first time on the audiobook. It just clicked that I was resisting. It was like the leaf trying to swim upstream, or the leaf trying to get out of the river to go over to that part of the river because it's better over there. So this is just a little section of this really long story, but I wanted you to hear the analogy in Fred's amazing words. And even from this, I think that you'll find some things that you can take away and you'll go, oh yeah, I'm doing that too. So listen to this section about the stream of life.
Life is a stream that always flows whether you like it or not. Resist the flow and it overwhelms you. Swim with it and you can use it to your advantage. It was already flowing when you arrived to it, and it will always reach the destination it was meant to reach. The stream diverges from and converges into several different streams, each of them representing a different reality. You are sitting in a boat that is floating with the stream. You've been given oars to paddle. With these oars, you can try to go against the stream or paddle quicker with the stream. Neither of these two are necessary to reach the destination that is perfect and natural for you. Merely sitting in the boat will be enough for you to arrive exactly where life has ordained. Paddling against the stream, going upstream, is what most people call life. This type of struggle is a waste of energy and doesn't lead you to your most ideal and natural destination. Instead, it slows your progress. If it has any benefit at all, it's that it makes you stronger. The only reason someone would paddle upstream is because she doesn't trust that the river is taking her to the right place speedily and efficiently. She has lost her basic trust in life, the universe, and God, and feels the need to paddle elsewhere. Another reason for paddling upstream could be because she was taught that resistance solves problems. She will exert herself until she becomes so exhausted that she gives in to the natural stream again. Many believe that where the stream is taking them is not to their liking and that life must be a fight, but most are somewhere in between. While they go with the flow sometimes, they break often with their oars because they don't want to go too fast. Going too fast, they think they'd be unable to enjoy their current surroundings or that they would crash into a rock sticking out of the water. Going with the stream does not necessarily mean going with the main stream, the stream on which everyone else is going. There are streams and many other side streams that diverge from and converge into each other. Going with the stream, downstream, means joining a life force that is more powerful and efficient than what you could do on your own. It means to take use of the strong current already there, already available, already accessible. From where you most likely stand as a normal human being, there are various alternatives to the half-crazed and hysterical upstream paddling that is widely practiced. People who use these alternatives, which are not really alternative but are actually normal, are sometimes referred to as wizards, magic people, or powerful people. This is rather funny because actually it's the other way around. Those who go with the stream of universal possibility are those who are behaving naturally. Those who experience so-called miracles are actually experiencing a normal part of life, while those who try paddling or even swimming upstream all the time are behaving abnormally, to our natural state. Leading a good and successful life takes some discipline and effort in terms of focusing and bringing the boat into alignment with the stream, but this is not the type of effort you might think is required. You don't have to deserve success, make it, reach it, fulfill it, achieve it, or create it. It is a given, a birthright. It's normal. It actually happens by itself when you are your most natural self. You've been taught that your action is what moves mountains. Contrast this belief by looking around you. Look at the trees, the stars, the mountains. Look at whatever you see outside of your window. The sun, the grass, the leaves, the sand. Has any of this come about by you? Or is it much more a result of life itself, or of some divine force? Take a minute to look around at all the things that already exist without you having needed to do anything. Will you admit that almost everything that exists is happening without any deliberate involvement or work required from you? Let's look at the obvious. If I asked you to create a plant, would you start by trying to glue and paste sticks and leaves together, or simply put a seed in the ground and let nature's force take care of it? There is some type of force creating all of this, isn't there? It doesn't matter if you view it scientifically, like evolution or the Big Bang Theory, or religiously, God, or spiritually, the universe, the field. You can witness a force creating all manner of things with ease, beauty, and elegance. How much effort would you have to invest in order to achieve only one single structure that this force produces by the trillions? Do you see how it's not your job to create the stream, but to only choose a stream? Do you think that if you learned more about this force, that it would be more worthwhile than anything else? Could you then perhaps align with this force to have your life run more smoothly and be more fulfilling?
There is so much more in this story. It's one of Fred's best, I think. It truly is. And there is so much more that he talks about in here of your river of life, like what happens about these boulders out here, and what you do when there are alligators or crocodiles in the river, and where are you headed in your river? Where does the river end? This river, which is the Roaring Fork River, kind of almost at the headwaters, it starts just a little ways up in the mountains here and flows about 60 miles, and then it runs into the Colorado. Well, where does your river go? What's the end goal? If you do float along the river of life, where do you end up? These are all answered in the entire section. I hope you'll pick up the audiobook, Reality Creation Technique, and pick up the book also. They're great together. But listen, and you will really enjoy this story. And here is a list of the other books that are now audiobooks written by Fred Dodson that I narrated, available on Audible and on iTunes. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.